How to do and how to D.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Soaps
And Sass.
and Sass.
We are officially into February sweeps.
Blah.
I find it interesting you say blah, though in fairness, it did kind of, it was interesting at the end of the week. The beginning of the week, not so much.
For the first week of sweeps, they came in slow.
Really? You think so with how it
Yeah.
ended?
Slower than they started. This is like, I feel like this is a repeat of last year. It's like, where are we going?
Okay, but you feel all of last week was slow, including like Thursday and Friday. Is what I'm asking.
I know, and it's just like, I wasn't impressed. I was looking for the twist that's going to kick everything off. They made such a big deal of the snowstorm. The snowstorm had zero
No one cares
effect.
about the snowstorm. No one cares about the snowstorm.
No. The reason I say that is because in years past, that has always led to something big, like the Metro Court hostage situation, right? Just all kind of things have popped off from the lead into sweeps. The first week just sets up the month. This, I'm just like, wah, wah, wah. But you know what? I'll recap, and then you can tell me. We can get to the excitement if you like. Okay, and I just realized somebody is completely missing from the recap, which is just how trivial it was. But okay, on Monday. Oh, sorry. This is episode 53. It's the week of February 2nd to 6th. So on Monday, Britt makes an upsetting discovery. Her meds are missing. Lucas is thrown. Can't remember by what. Can't say that I care.
Because he and Marco were having a conversation about moving, and again, Marco was like, stay out of the catacombs.
Oh, see? Okay. Alexis is dismayed when Willow asks her to represent her in family court.
Ask? I don't consider that was an ask. But go on.
Well, maybe my next sentence will help with that. Willow plays dirty, threatening to keep Scout away if she doesn't. Does that satisfy?
Yes.
Okay. Emma gets an important call regarding Anna. Yeah, okay. On Tuesday, pardon me, Jason is torn between saving Anna or Britt. He decides to stay for Britt. Michael is interrogated by Molly and Nathan. Willow confides in Nina. I don't fully remember the confidence, but basically she has a better chance now in family court or something like that. I don't know.
Basically she should come to compromise because it'll put her in the better position. Look like.
Well, that was Nina's advice as a result. But what she confided, I don't know. Britt is desperate because she wants her meds. Like, what's she going to do? Diane voices her suspicions, and if I remember correctly, it was about what ADA Turner was up to by sending Molly and Nathan to do the interrogation.
More specifically, Molly.
Right. On Wednesday, Jason and Sunny strategize about how to save Britt as well as themselves. Nathan opens up to Nina about his affection for Lulu. Willow makes her move and puts a house key on Michael's keychain. Scandalous. Willow. Lulu confides in Laura about her feelings for Nathan. Jason digs for information on Faison, and Obrecht is not having it. She's like, you think you're subtle, kiddo.
Nope.
On Thursday, Curtis seeks help from Alexis to get the paternity test. Kai explains himself to Trina and why he is staying in the house with the murderer, or near murderer. Drew is stunned to learn his wife did it. Dun dun dun.
Blank, 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 blank.
Chase loses his cool, and can we just say his ever-loving mind? And Michael briefs Carly and Sunny on the custody arrangement. On Friday, Michael confides in Brooklyn also about the custody arrangement and, his possible arrest. Britt pushes back on Dante when he tries to establish boundaries with respect to Rocco. Elizabeth diffuses a tense situation between Britt and Dante. They should have put that in the opposite order. Because this all went down at the hospital. And Christina and Jacinda catch up. They did a little more to catch up. They had a little bit of fun. And Dante is insistent that Britt stay away from his child.
Yep.
That is the week that was.
It was indeed.
So, where you want to go?
Sorry as I hear My sister just in the background making noises.
Uh-huh.
Where do I want to go? How do I want to do this? What did I write down?
I don't know. Okay, well let me start with the storyline that wasn't Anna. Do we care?
Poco.
Okay, go ahead.
I say a little bit because it's just intriguing, because it's like, what? How are we gonna? Because really, the Anna storyline kind of ties in with the whole Brit storyline, mainly because of the whole Faison thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just It's just interesting to see where they go with this, and like, will Anna actually break out of her, her mental break? Will she, like? Is this just a way for the writers to be like, okay, well, the actress, she wants to leave, whatever, so we're just gonna have her with a mental break, and she does not, and she doesn't actually get better. Really, like, that strong character that she's always been,
always been.
I don't know, but you know what I mean. Or
well,
the strong character she portrays herself to be.
Well, she's been in tears every minute for the last year. I don't even understand. But okay.
Okay. Maybe this is the end of Anna Devane as we know it.
I hope so, because really, I don't think they know what to do with the character. Like, really and truly, this has been so...
It's been wishy-washy?
Maybe.
Back and forth?
It's just been anticlimactic. It's like, it looks like it's going to be this big thing, and then it's not.
Because the only thing for me is, like, since coming back to the show, all I know about what's gone on with Anna so far, aside from, like, I know she used to be the commissioner, and then she left, and then WSB stuff, and then she came back, and then WSB stuff, and then coming back now, it was... She's doing whatever she's doing with Valentine. They, get together. Anna gets tormented by Charlotte.
That was an interesting storyline.
Right? And then, Valentine gets arrested, goes on the run, yada yada yada. Anna becomes commissioner again. That's it.
Well, this is it. It's like, I don't think they have figured out the storyline, and it's painful for me as a viewer to watch. So it's like, okay, like, if you're bringing back Faison, bring back Faison properly. Right? This whole business with Cullum pretending to be him, like, Cullum ain't anybody interesting to watch either. Not as a villain, not as a... No. Just like, why are you here?
Agreed. And the other thing for me, too, is that, like, you keep... Like, I know, like, Anna's thing is, like, she's in Port Charleston, she gets dragged back into the WSB, but now it's starting to get... It's just repetitive and it's getting annoying.
Exactly.
I know in Dante's case, it's like, okay, he was, a detective with PCPT. He's always been a detective. He decides, I'm going to go join the WSB. I don't even know why he did it, but he did. And then... He
was going to find Lulu, I think.
I don't know, you had to join the WSB to do that? Okay. But anyway, joins the WSB. He comes back with PTSD, gets the help he needs, and then he's back on the police force.
Yep.
Like... Yes, his thing was his stunt with the WSB was more of, like, a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But, like, his only really, like, I would say getting dragged into it again is just, constantly communicating with the WSB because they're like, oh, we need something, or from the PCPD, or yeah. Like, he's not dragged in the sense of, we're sending you on a mission, Agent Falconary, like...
No, so, like, he ain't clever enough to be an agent.
And for me personally, it's like, okay, you left... this organization, stop dragging them back in. Because I'm like, if I was working for the FBI, if I decided to leave, I'm done.
Yeah, maybe they're sleeper agents like Jack did with
Joss?
Yes. I mean,
even
I doubt that.
I doubt that
very
too,
much.
Because for Anna, she's like, she left because, like, she was missing out on her family's life. Or at least for me, that's how I interpret it. It's like, so it's like, why you keep dragging her back in? Like, it doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense. It does not.
And, like, aside from, I guess, Valentine still technically being a part of the WSB, it's like, I haven't seen Anna really get dragged into anything.
And I don't think Valentine is technically a part of the WSB.
I don't think I say technically because Pikeman and all of that. Which, that might be the drop storyline. Because, we lost track of Pikeman. And,
oh, yeah.
And they're trying to be like, prove that Jack is the head of Pikeman and all that. But it's like... But
yeah,
anyway...
Could be. I think the most interesting thing in the Anna storyline last week, and again, not even a character that I'm interested in, was when Emma showed up. when Emma showed up at the institution in France and went to see her grandmother and to watch her grandmother melt down. That, I think, and her realization is like, what has happened to my grandmother, this tough, fierce woman? I think that was the most interesting part of that whole storyline. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it was like...
For me, it's like, okay. if this storyline, it's like, to bring back Robin and Patrick, is like, okay, I wouldn't be bothered by that. I enjoyed them when they were...
I don't think Patrick's coming back because or at least not the same actor, because he's off on YNR, I think.
Either way, it's more that, you're bringing back in the Scorpio Drake household more than anything, but I'm like, that's... Even then, it's like...
Exactly. So, wasn't particularly interested in the Brit storyline, other than... Go ahead.
I was going to say, that one was interesting, because I'm like, I agree. Her... Like, Cullum just being like, no, you can only get your medication when you're there, da-da-da. It's like...
such a nasty piece of work.
I'm like, that is just like... That's just so cruel. But then for him to come back and be like, you're right, we do need to keep up appearances. So you know what? Here's a shot. But I'm going to administer it.
He just smarmy.
I want to bathe. Smarmy. I'm just like...
No, actually not smarmy. That's not the word.
No, I was like, yeah, he gives me the ick.
Yeah, it's more of an ick than a smarmy. Because Slimy
is maybe what you're looking for?
No, not even slimy. I'm saving those for another character that I'll talk about after.
Okay.
But... really and truly, I'm just ready for get on with it is really what I'm looking for. It's February sweeps. Get on with it. Like every other day, something should be dropping with somebody. Right. It doesn't have to be the same storyline the whole way through, but some kind of explosion. And if you think Willow putting a key on a keychain was the explosion for the week, or her confession to Drew at the end of the week was it? No, because at least with Drew, and I'm jumping storylines because really, I'm so done with Anna. Like, if we go to Willow, and you're right, that was, for me, probably the most interesting storyline of the week. And it really was just Thursday, Friday. Willow confessing everything to Drew would have been more interesting if... Did we tell her we were recording?
No. But it doesn't look like it's picking it up.
Okay. It would have been more interesting if, as you had said at one point when we were watching, he were attached to a heart monitor and we saw the heart monitor spiking as she was telling him everything she did. Or if we saw sweat break out on his brow because he's so frustrated that he can't speak, or frantic blinking or something like that. Which
he was doing with Chase.
Well, I would hardly call that frantic, but it was more than.
But then again, when he was blinking earlier, it was
very deliberate. Yes.
No, but it was like when he was at the hospital, when he was in the thing, it was like
it was slow. It was
very tired blinking.
Yes.
So for me, when I say so in this case, like his non-frantic blinking, because his blinking earlier was kind of like tired. I can it's a little bit slower, so I'm like it's still frantic in his situation.
Yeah.
Just not as frantic as if it's like you and me who are so alert and we're just like we're like exactly.
Yeah. It was just blink, 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 blink. Yeah, I got you. So yeah, again, no. It did not do it for me at all.
Fair enough. Like, cause like it was interesting, and I'm like, I'm glad they put those moments Thursday and Friday, cause like you said, the week was bleh. Like, it just... and I don't like the fact that in terms of, like, the Brit storyline, they're like, you have 3 months. So it's like, okay, so this has to be completed in time for May sweeps. So that can pop off. But I'm just like, I'm not excited for it. The other thing that's kind of disappointing, though, is that we got rid of the whole, like, visitation thing for Michael and Willow. They're like, oh, we worked it out because Michael's in the possibility of getting charged for Drew's attempted murder. And it's just like, no, but it's like, ever since Willow's freak out the first time, I was excited. I'm like, oh, What's gonna go on there?
They probably
How's that gonna play out?
They probably figured they couldn't top it because Caitlin McMullen, the actress, or Caitlin Mullen, she did such a great job at that meltdown in court. Like that, I felt so very badly for her, so incredible. Now it's just like I'm fascinated by the change in the character and I'm liking it, but it's not like, ooh, I gotta watch what's happening. There's nothing happening that's doing that for me. Nothing. I'm trying to think of it, and it's like, nope. Curtis and Portia? Nope.
Okay, I'm like, I need categories. Though.
So, okay, well, let's do it. Where you want to start? Because the way you started sounded like a What Had Me Hot. No?
A little bit. It's like no.
Delulu?
No, sorry, I put other. But yeah, pretty much What Had Me Hot. I'm like, and I appreciate Alexis telling this to Curtis. Is like, yeah, you can go to court, you can compel her, but it's like, as someone who's been to family court multiple times for her own children, it's not the path you want to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to show up at the hospital and be like to his pregnant wife, hey, get a paternity test, I'm going to have you compelled to do it. Again, I can understand why this man wants it. Like, get the uncertainty out of the way and you can move on with your lives. Or
but did you not hear what she told you?
Right? But it's like, again, who are you to dictate what this woman does with her pregnancy? Like, I'm like, and not only that, but the intensity in which he walked up to her and be like, Portia, I want you to get a paternity test within the next week, or I'm going to court and I'm compelling you to do it. And
yeah,
it's like,
the intensity was a bit much, but I'm totally with Curtis on this one, because she's talking about, I don't want to put the baby under undue stress, knowing that this man's going to come back at you at any moment, not knowing who the father is, not knowing what your future holds. That's not stressful. You could have the test done and answer that quick, fast, and in a hurry. To me, it seems like that would alleviate more stress. But she want to be chicken-headed all the way to the barn.
Right?
Possibly to the chopping block.
So for me, I'm like, okay, so this paternity test isn't going to happen until the baby's born. Like
that's what it's seeming like.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's like, this, don't drag on the storyline.
And then she says she's living with Isaiah. I'm like, what?
Like, why not?
Lady.
I'm no longer co-chief of staff. I no longer.
Oh, is she no longer?
No, she's not.
Oh,
she's just a regular doctor. She said, "I'm not your boss anymore."
Oh, Terry is chief all by herself. Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed that. But yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So I'm like, yeah, it's like, okay, you're no longer co-chief of staff. you know, you don't have to hide your relationship because that's out in the open. So they're like, why the hell not?
I suppose. Okay, well, but no, no time for Portia.
I'm just like, personally, I'm just like, replace the actress. I don't mind the character, like, but it's the actress who's just making this character really annoying for me.
Fair enough.
So it's like, if they switch the actress, and I might feel better about Portia and everything, but no, this woman is she's ticking me off.
Okay, fair enough. Then for me, what had me hot, and I know you're gonna chime in because we were both here hollering.
Oh, I did have him inside me. Go on.
Chase.
I put him as Delulu.
Oh no, he had me hot. He had me hot because he picked up the keys off the table, and like it doesn't occur to him that what happens if Michael wants to go somewhere. That's
what makes me think he's Delulu. It's like, well, how? Like, yes, you think about how I'm like, whoever told him this. It's like, oh, there was no point. Oh, it was Molly. It's like, yeah, there was no forced entry. Yada yada yada. And it's like, how are you gonna go check if Michael has a key when you already when Mr. Man freaking Kai said Scout has a key, the nanny has a key, I have a key, Will has a key. Like, he listed off everyone has a key. So why would you think you saw that you had to read all the evidence and the reports? So why would you think that Michael has a key? And then to just see his keys and just like, I'm gonna go check.
I'm gonna tell you,
Delulu.
Chase is not operating with all his marbles.
Clearly so not. No matter how much his wife basically, mentally slaps him upside the head.
But notwithstanding, because not 2 days before, when they were also worried about Tracy being caught in the storm, and she come home and it's like, well, how did you get into the house? And she's like, never mind that. Don't worry about that.
Right.
He can't put the connection together that Tracy probably had a key, and this might be the key on Michael's keychain.
Apparently
now,
not.
He might go with Michael gave Tracy the key to get in. Sure.
And also,
Okay, fine.
And also, and now that we know that technically Tracy lied on the stand for Michael, they can't say, "Oh, it was my key," because they're just gonna assume she's lying for Michael.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So hopefully they come with something like that.
Right.
But for him to pick up the keys, go over there, because that wasn't even that was. Let me finish.
Sorry,
let me land.
Sorry.
That wasn't even entirely all that had me hot. He goes over to the house, tries the keys. Sure, fine, no problem. His fingerprints are now all over the keys, which is just dotish on a level.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, you tested these keys, but it's like everybody's fingerprints are on it. Yours, Willow's, Michael's are on it just because they're his keys. But, you know, Tracy, everybody's fingerprints are on this. You can't.
Right?
And
So
also,
he confirms that the key unlocks the door. Does he turn around and carry his backside home? No. Let me swan into the house. What are you looking for? What are you looking for, Chase? Why are you in the people damn house?
right, and you're lucky that when Willow heard you, because yeah, you hear noise. Oh my god,
Willow.
Right, because how do you know Willow's in the house? Granted, you had the excuse of, you know, you must have left the door unlocked. You know, I heard you guys were coming home.
That was
but also, how did you know they'd be home at that point unless you saw her car in the driveway?
I don't think he expected them to be home, and that's why he catch himself. Because when she said, "Oh, did I leave the door open?" then he was like, "Oh crap, that's true. I did just walk into the woman's house." Yeah, you must have done. What are you doing? So that had me hot from start to finish, and I'm just very glad, as you also called out when we were watching, that Wiley saw him messing with the keys.
For real, because I'm like, I definitely need Wiley to say something. I can't have this little boy keep this to himself. But two,
No.
but also it's like, how are you supposed to, like, get this in evidence? Like, how are you supposed to tell people? Because you're not a detective, and on top of that,
I think that one I think is probably the least bit of the challenge in there. But go on.
But it's like, you stole his keys. You took his keys and went to go test it to see if it worked for your own, you know, volition. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna tell someone, or you know, drop a tip, or whatever you're gonna do.
That's all he can do,
or whatever you're gonna do. But Wiley saw you messing with the keys. So if Wiley tells his dad, which he's likely to do, and then tells dad or whatever's gonna happen, they're gonna be like, "But wait, this doesn't make sense." And figure out it's you, and they can't submit that evidence. You yourself are tampering with evidence.
Yes, exactly.
So that's gonna be excluded.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine, because I agree with you.
And I'm like, the thing about me is like, you did what you did to try and prove that Willow is innocent, which, again, we are both pissed that he did not hear a damn thing.
Didn't hear a thing.
See, I'm like, the time I wish doors were cracked open.
But clearly he was down the hall. He wouldn't even by the hall when he hollered her name, so he would not have heard her. Although she was loud.
This is what I'm saying. But the throwing of the pan and everything and shouting, that's why I'm kind of like, if the door was open, you know,
he could hear
whatever.
But you can't tell me she had to be yelling louder than the pan flying.
This is what I'm saying.
So how you didn't hear her?
Again, they do something freaky because them walls apparently have some soundproofing.
I'm telling you.
But, and granted, in my house, I would like some soundproofing in my walls because, you know, don't want the noise traveling all that much. But not so much that you can't hear anything if you're just down the hall. Anyway, but yes, I'm like, the man already did what he did. He got on the stand confessing to all this stuff that he did for the investigation, costing the investigation and the trial, and it got him demoted. So, and now, and IA, sorry.
Oh.
IA and Dante are saying, if you want to become a detective again, you need to walk the straight and narrow and prove that we can trust you. By pulling this type of ish, Chase, you are not going to be a detective again. Ever. And if he does decide that you're like, you know what? I don't want to be a detective for the PCPD anymore. And you decide to ship yourself up to some other state, you gotta start over as a rookie. So you gotta do all of this again. You gotta go through the academy, you gotta go through training, gotta go through all of it. Gotta do your whole probation. And then you better hope you can take the detective's exam again. But keep in mind, this will all be in your file that you just all shady business. So good luck if you actually do get into the academy and everything else if you decide to pop up to another state.
I love how you take a path and just run all across the world. Oh my goodness.
But don't I have
coming back to the point you were... No. The point...
You gave me this mind. What are you talking about?
Coming back to the point you were making about Wiley 20 minutes ago.
Not even.
I think, or I would love to see it play out a couple of ways, but certainly Wiley is going to tell somebody, right?
Wouldn't it be great if he told Brooklyn?
It would be. It would be great. But he's going to tell... I would love to see him tell somebody, and then Chase try to play like, oh, the kid don't know what he's talking about, which we know is not going to go well with either Michael or Willow.
Or Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, I don't worry. He can sort himself with Brooklyn. Let me finish.
Sorry, it's because he...
Let me finish.
No, I'm saying, and I hope Chase doesn't do that, because he said, and to Brooklyn's face, I love these kids. So I hope he wouldn't stoop as low as Drew as to manipulate the kid.
I think he could, and I would like to see that. I would. Because
my dreams of them being the new Lila and Edward are gone.
Well, listen, Edward used to do some shady business, and Lila would just love him through it. But I'm just saying, because for me, that would make good television, right? Just to see them flip again. Okay. So, that's what I would want to see.
In fairness, though, I do kind of appreciate that Chase is taking this dark path, because sometimes the Boy Scout is annoying.
It is. Agreed.
You got to give them character development, and
for sure.
This is okay. I just wish it wasn't in this vein. I'm like, give it something else. Just why did it have to be in this vein?
Sure, that is fine. But I like it because he's going so far down the road that when he learns, because it's not an if.
No, he's missing all the red flags.
When he learns that Willow actually did do it, I want to see that spiral as well. I want to see that spiral as well.
One thing
I also think...
one thing I would have liked is if while Dante was cussing him out, while he's like, oh yeah, you've been, demoted, it's like, you went down the same path when it came to Nell, and I
don't know that Dante knows that.
Either way, I wish someone who was there, if someone had called him out on that, because then it would be like...
That may come out later, or maybe he will come to that realization himself. But what might happen, which I think will delight you no end, so let's say it does go completely sideways, and he either quits or gets let go from the force.
Right. Which I hope he does, because, actions have consequences.
Are you going to stop interrupting me at some point? He still has his singing career to fall back on. Enter your girl Blaze.
I love Blaze, but I don't want that to be the reason she come back.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, well, I was trying to give you some hope. Okay.
I will forever have hope. I just... But also, if Blaze does come back, I'm now past the point of her coming back for Christina.
Oh, for sure.
Like that point died. I don't know how many months ago.
All right, who called for that? What'd you do that for?
I don't think I had one, but okay. I'm like, please make it make sense, Miss Trina. All right,
go on, because I didn't have one either.
Yeah, Trina, make it make sense. Why are you talking to your boyfriend like you his mother?
Oh, I don't know if there's anything more to say on that.
I also was a little disappointed, because when I had read the description that Kai, was explaining to Trina why he was doing what he was doing, I thought it was Michael was going to get, not questioned, but I thought he was going to get charged. So they were going to arrest him. Mm-hmm. And then Kai would have heard about it and then just gone to the police station without Trina and confessed. And then Trina would have found out and would have, cussed him out like she normally does. And then he was going to explain. But that didn't happen. So I'm like, dang it. So now I'm like, okay, when will this happen? Will it happen this coming week? Or will it happen the next week? So the second last week of February. Because Michael for sure is getting arrested this month.
Right.
The question is, how long will it take for Kai and Trina, or at least Kai, to pop over to the police station and be like, he no do it. I know who did it. But I want Michael.
I don't know. I don't know.
So yeah. But yeah, my make it make sense is why this little girl is talking to her boyfriend like he's not a grown man, an adult, and can take care of himself and make his decision and choices that he making. Yeah. And talk to him like he's her mother.
She's his mother?
Thank you, she's his mother. Because no, if my boyfriend ever talked to me like he was my father, I'd be like, oh, Last time I checked, I didn't know you and my mom had a thing, and that thing led to me, because I'm pretty sure I was raised by someone else, and they're my father. If you want to take on the role of my father, then this relationship's over.
Right.
Because I would never talk to my partner like I'm their mother. We are equals in this relationship. The only person who I will ever talk to like I'm their mother is my actual child.
All right. Delulu of the week. Do you have anyone beyond Chase and his foolishness?
Ezra freaking Boyle.
Okay, so before you continue, I'm just gonna say that this is my comedy of the week. So go.
Ezra freaking Boyle is the Lulu beyond relief, because it's like he walks up, Jacinda. Oh, that is you. How you doing? I called your agency. Why are you still calling her agency? I called your agency, and they said you're still on hiatus, and but like, we should get some dinner sometime. It's like, she's still seeing Michael. Meg, call somebody else for the agency. Let this girl alone. She don't want you. And, Jacinda is one of those people who is a people pleaser, but not entirely, or she doesn't like confrontation. Yeah, that's what it is. She doesn't like confrontation or to make a scene, and that kind of sort of leads to people pleasing a little bit. Or at least in Ezra's case, because she's like, oh no. She was talking to Christina. She's like, actually, Christina, you go on ahead. Put her bottle down with some fierceness and walked over to him like she was going to give him a piece of her mind. And then it's like, you should probably stop calling the agency because I don't know when I'm back there. But here's my personal number. And it's like, girl, tell him you're not interested. Tell him that what you had was just business.
I think
and that's all it will ever be. There was no connection. Because
sure.
Nyami.
Right. And so this is where I'm like, slimy and smarmy Ezra, not so much Cullum. Cullum is insidious. But I agree with you to a point. I don't think that Jacinda is a people pleaser. I think she is looking out for number one. And so if she needs to people please to do that, she will. But she's 100% out for her own self-interest, because she needs to make sure, and she said it to
Christina.
Yeah, she said it to Christina when she was done. So I think Jacinda is all about her own self-interest. And she said as much to Christina. I don't know what's going to happen with your brother. For as far as I know, and I don't know your brother well, but as far as I know, when he gets arrested, to save himself, he will have to cut ties with me. And then what happens to me? And so she's like, well, I know Ezra's wants to take care of me. So let me set that up in case I need it. That's my parachute. That's my mitigation plan in case something happens. But I think she's very much into Michael, but she's realistic. She's realistic about how things might play out and needs to protect herself.
I hear what you're saying, and especially like, which is also why I said like, okay, I don't think she's a people pleaser. I think it's like the lack of confrontation, but also like knowing what she explained to Michael about like her home life.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, with Ezra though.
Oh, agreed. Why? Surely you've got to have other clients, but he's the one on the canvas. So here we go, and I feel, I don't know if I feel sorry for Ezra. There's
just a little bit.
There's a little chink of something that could really make me like this man.
It's just
but it needs to be open much wider because there was like that moment
with Laura, right?
Exactly. They give us these little glimpses, right? He just wants like, somebody to care about him.
Agreed, but I'm like, you don't have to be a donkey.
Agreed.
You don't have to be a donkey to everybody. Like, yes, Laura's in this position, and you don't like that she's, she's talking with Sonny and being nicey and whatnot. But again, as she said repeatedly, they share a grandson.
Yeah,
she was friends with him before she was mayor, and she ran for mayor the first time and she got elected. People didn't seem to have a problem with that the first time. If they had a problem with it, she wouldn't have been elected mayor.
Yeah. So this is it. He's just demonstrating a level of insecurity.
Right. And I'm just like, it's like, Ezra, like, I think he could do some real good on his, his seat as a councilman, but he's gotta let go of the toot and entitlement and thinking
It's insecurity. I'm telling you.
he's gotta let that go.
So for me, the comedic part of all of that was, or the particularly comedic part, because the whole thing was a little bit funny, was, oh, you can bring your friend. And Jacina's like, first her lip curl.
Yeah, even I'm like,
Her lip curl. Christina's like, squeeze me?
It's like, Ezra.
And Jacina's like, no, I got this. It's like, I'm so sorry. Let me introduce you to Christina Corinthos Davis. And you see Ezra practically swallow his tongue, man. He reversed.
Yeah, he's like,
so hard.
It's like, oh, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, you know what?
You can still come to dinner.
I'm happy to meet my constituents, learn what their needs are. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. So for me, that was my comedy.
It was, okay, also, it wasn't even comedy. It was probably also a make it make sense, or what'd you do that for? Because, like, the man's like, you know, a best go work out because his body doesn't...
I was just going to say, that had to be your comedy moment. Because
no,
you kept being
actually,
like, you kept saying, what is he doing back there?
I did, but it's actually not my comedy moment. It's a confusion moment. It's not my comedy moment.
Oh.
But the confusion in that was my man. He picks up his weights. He's doing the splits. I'm like, this man can split. He don't look like a man who can split, but okay. He's doing his splits and his stretches. And then when you think the man's about to do some actual workout, no, he lies on the, he rests himself on the floor.
He pulls a Mariah Carey.
Positions the weights in a certain way and then starts taking selfies.
Oh, I didn't fully catch that.
That's why I said, what the hell is this man doing?
But that's brilliant because
I'm like, I guess your body does make it that way.
He is so insecure. So that's like, you know, this is for his Hinge profile or something. Like, what are you... I didn't catch that. Now I have to go back and watch just... because that is fantastic. That's a fantastic call out.
Oh.
So that will top even higher to my comedy moment of this week. Just the way you describe it. I love it.
No, my actual comedy moment is freaking Amelia.
Oh my goodness. Stop it.
No, for real. Michael and Brooklyn get Wiley and Amelia to tell them about how they're going to see their mother. And, you know, so you got Amelia there with her little coloring book and Wiley sitting in between Brooklyn and Michael. And he's like, so we have some news for you. And Amelia's still coloring. And Wiley looks like Sheila attentive. And then he's like, you're going to see your mom. He's like, what? We're going to see your mom? And Michael looks over at Amelia. And Amelia looks up at him. But goes back to her coloring. And like, she's like, I don't give a frick that I'm going to see this woman. Color.
Listen.
And Wiley's just like, really? We're going to see mommy? Oh, I miss mommy. Amelia, did you hear that? We're going to see mommy. Amelia looks up at her brother. I don't give a frick. Keisha keeps coloring.
Listen.
This child was the best. Michael touches her shoulder. She don't even blink. She's just coloring. She does not care.
Look,
Amelia was beautiful.
We cannot expect that all child actors are going to be freaking Raven Simone or...
No, I know. But at least because I'm like, Amelia's older than Ace. Or at least the actress and the actor. Ace actually reacted to things.
But this is what I'm saying.
And Amelia's just like...
Not all kid actors are built the same.
Just leave
Not at all.
I just want to color my unicorn. I don't care about you and this crazy ass woman who shot her husband in the back 2 times. Let me color.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I love child actors because, you know, no filter, no facial filter, no verbal filter, nothing. I love it. And Amelia? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Y'all,
okay.
Y'all need some work on Wiley. Wiley's still a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little bit stiff. Yeah.
For a 9-year-old, I'm like, why do you keep talking like you 6? You 5. You 9.
Listen. They can't all be gems. And they can't all be James either. James is hilarious. James,
I'm looking so forward to Thursday.
When Maxie comes back?
Yes.
I know. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I was
going to say, obviously we know she's not going to be, back in Port Charles on Thursday. She's going to wake up, and that's going to be what that is, and then they're going to get phone calls and whatever. But, you know, to see her kids actually, go and see her and be happy that she's back, that is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that.
I'm also I need to see more of Bailey Lou. Bailey Lou needs to have more scenes, because Bailey Lou, all we see her is just yeah, I'm here. Hi. I have no lines. Hi.
And Bailey Lou would be older than Amelia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm like, no, Wiley. She's young. She's older than Amelia, but younger than Wiley. So Bailey Lou's gonna be like,
yeah, for sure. Younger than Wiley.
Bailey Lou's gonna be like 6, if anything, 6, 7.
Ugh! She can't be that old already, but I ain't even gonna worry about it. We'll see.
I can't believe I just said that.
Oh!
Oh! Mother, don't ever do that again.
You said it.
I know I said it, and I meant to say like 6 to 7 years old.
I don't know why you're still on that. Let's just move on. And let's talk about
Gen Z has ruined numbers for me.
Make it sassy.
I don't think I have one.
Okay, for me it was Obrecht. I unfortunately don't remember what it was she said, but when Joss was trying to play slick, like every so often it's like, Joss, are you a WSB agent or are you not? Like how not smooth. And she's like, oh yeah, so did he really smoke those nasty cigarillos? And Obrecht's like, okay, look, cut the crap. Why have you stopped me as I'm going for my mochaccino? What do you want? What do you want, kid? Like, I don't even know what the answer was, but it was just to see Obrecht's face change and be like, you're not good at this.
No.
Like, what are you doing?
Not even.
I was here for it.
I didn't have a Kesakaka.
But I asked you that every since.
Oh, I thought you were asking me something else. Sorry, I didn't realize you meant Kesakaka. My Kesakaka was freaking Willow blackmailing Alexis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I'm like...
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, yes, the woman got you off. She got you acquitted. But, like... family court isn't her thing. She can find you like recommendations or whatever, but the fact that you're gonna, the fact that you're gonna use Scout, and yeah, you said I don't like having to use Scout in a situation like this, but I will do anything for my kids. I want my kids just like you would do anything for Scout.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you really have just gone. If you have stooped to the level of using a kid to get what you want. Yes, you're not actively using Scout, like you're not manipulating Scout, but to invoke her name to get Alexis to do what you want. I'm like, at this point, Alexis just what I don't even know what her and oh, why am I blanking on her name? Suzanne. I don't know what Suzanne was implying me, like you can't do this or you're not gonna do that, are you, or whatever.
She can't rat out what Willow. She can't.
I'm just like.
I hear you. I just don't know why it's a Kesakaka or
because it was like Kesakaka Willow. Like what the France? That's more what it was.
It's what you do that for is
either way.
But yeah, like, I hear you. I hear you because really it's just par for the course of where Willow's going.
Right. It's like you'd expect it from Drew, but from Willow, that's what
I
really...
wouldn't either. But here's the thing, right? One, Willow does not know that Alexis knows.
No,
let's start with that.
And at that point, you know what? You've already got her acquitted. I would be like, Willow, you are not going to blackmail me anymore. Like you and Drew, you're done with the blackmail. I know you shot him. I'm not going to. Oh no,
she can't do that because then if she shot one person, what's to stop her from shooting Alexis? Alexis can't. Nope. I'm just like, but she also explained. And this confused me really and truly, but Willow did explain. It's like, I know Rick is my lawyer, but he ditched me. I don't trust him anymore.
That is fine.
So who's left? She can't go to Martin because Martin is very squarely in Drew's pocket. She cannot use him. She can't go to Diane.
Well, she can't use. Well, technically she can, since Drew's now in a little.
Martin was not helpful to her while she was in court at all. She know that. She can't go to Diane.
No.
She don't trust Rick, so who's left?
Marco.
Marco's also at the same firm.
So, Chinese wall.
And I don't think she trusts Sidwell already.
But also it's like but also technically that excuse doesn't work with being at the same firm because Diane. Granted, yes, I understand she can't go to Diane because she's defending Michael, but still, it's like you're gonna go to the other. They still work at the same place, so I was like, Marco, because Scotty's out of town. Scotty needs to pop back up.
So yeah, but what I didn't understand was how Rick got to be in the room.
What do you mean?
When Michael and Willow were negotiating?
Yes.
How did Rick get to be in the room? Because Willow had just finished saying he's not representing her, and he don't represent Michael. So how did he get to be in the room?
Because
mediator?
That or Michael wanted him in the room. Yes, you're not representing Michael, but you represent. But you still know what's going on in the case.
It doesn't make sense. To me, there was no logical reason for Rick to be in there. Because it should have been Diane. Diane's going to send Rick as his representative. No, she's going to send Marco because he works in the firm. So I don't understand what Rick was doing in the room. That's my only thing. It did not make, that part did not make sense for me. Okay. Villain of the week.
I know you say we can only have one. I did.
That's okay. Pick one because I'm probably going to pick the other one.
I put Willow for her, blackmail of Alexis. I put Cullum because how dare you keep the medication. And I just put Curtis because it's like,
oh.
What the frizz is wrong with you?
Okay, I was not going to pick any of your alternates. Yeah. Because I figured you were probably going with Willow. For me, it was Chase. Chase was hands down my villain.
I couldn't put Chase. Because Chase to me is just an idiot.
Oh, okay. Well.
Because he has, to me, in this moment, he hasn't done anything villainous. He's just in the process of.
For me, I don't understand why he didn't put the keys back where he took them from.
That too. That was
Why
stupid.
did he toss them on the floor? What? What are you doing?
To make it seem like if anyone walked in, he's like, oh, I found these on the floor. Da, 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 da. But still, it's like, just leave them on the table. That's where they were.
That's where they were. Exactly.
It's like
so silly.
I'm like, come on, dude. Like, as a cop, you would think to know that is like, if you were to commit a crime in someone's house or you were to move things or whatever, you'd want, and you don't want them, or you don't want someone to know that things were moved around. The point is to put them back in the exact spot you found them, so it doesn't look like
ridiculous.
You've been snooping.
Exactly. Hero of the week.
Rick.
Really?
Yes. For giving advice to Molly.
Oh. Okay.
Because he's like, child, I love you, but look at it from his perspective.
I wonder if Cody had not saved Rick from his ayahuasca summer, would he be advocating as hard for Cody?
50-50. And
okay.
It's not because of the ayahuasca thing. It's more because Cody called him out in front of the police station.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I feel like that moment, he kind of earned respect.
Mm-hmm.
And there was really just like the ayahuasca. And he's just... And honestly, he was like, I'm really trying to stay out of this ish.
I don't know what the heck
y'all are dragging me in. And it's also the fact that he hasn't said anything to Molly and now and they're dating. Oh, shiza.
Listen, there is so much for Molly to find out, eh? We're going to come to that in half a second.
Molly's mad at him for reading that story, but she going to be pissed.
Hang on, we're going to come to that then.
Which she can't really be mad at him because it's like, hey, you were there. I tried to stay out of it. I tried to walk away. Y'all wouldn't let me leave. I didn't even know what was going on.
Can we just finish where we were and we can come back to this? Because we're going to come to that in a minute. What is happening with you today?
Thoughts, man. The thoughts.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my hero of the week is going to be Nina for telling Willow she don't have to do the mess she's doing. Go and compromise with Michael and stop playing the tail.
Wow, the real problematic parents are actually doing some good parenting.
I mean, really. So yeah, 2 cheers for the problematic parents this week. Okay, drop storylines. Go on now. Talk about your Cody and oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
all
done.
right.
That was it. I'm just like, girl, don't you gotta cut him some slack. Yes, he didn't tell you, but he really didn't know what was going on. They explained to him, but he tried to leave. He tried to stay out of it. He didn't want. He liked you, that he didn't want to be a part of it.
You're making me laugh. You say you're done, and then you go on a tirade. It's like, what is happening?
The thoughts be thoughtin'. Leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, it's just really funny because I pulled the drop storylines that we had been tracking. I wasn't gonna mention Scotty because we know Scotty ain't coming back, and then you mentioned him, so there's that. I see one of the things we had on here was Willow's villain origin story, which we thought was the week of June 12th to 13th, or the week of June, I guess, or on June 12th and 13th of 2025, where we thought she was going catatonic or becoming a villain or both. Well, now we know it was villain. It was the beginning of her villain origin story. Yeah, I forgot about him keeping the secret for the ayahuasca. That's pretty funny. So that needs to come back, as well as Christina, Christina running over or running
Rick and Ava.
or Rick and Elizabeth off the road for all intents and purposes, basically cutting the brake line. We have not heard more about that. That's still to come out. Still don't know who turned in the gun that Alexis dropped over the bridge. I don't see that that's going to come back anytime soon.
That might just be done with.
Yep.
I'd be very surprised if it pops up 2 years from now. I'd be like, took them long enough,
right?
But for now, that's pretty much done with.
Yep. Who sent the gun to Ava after Austin was killed? I don't think that's going to come back anymore either. Jason's arrest for Cyrus's murder. Now that Cullum's on the scene,
yeah, that's still pending.
Yeah, now that Cullum's on the scene, we might see that coming back up, and then Joss keeping the secret that she killed Cyrus.
That, I think, with getting Jack arrested, I think that's gonna be, or Valentine's plan. I think that's gonna be like
the bargaining chip.
Not that, but also maybe finding out about Carly's betrayal because she's working with Valentine and hiding these things. It might be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I wonder I wonder.
Jocelyn, you're going to jail.
Well, I wonder if we can't take that off the list. I might leave it, but because
mark it as unfinished or to be continued or pending, just something.
Yeah, potentially finished because Valentine brought that up or kind of hinted at that, and Carly put those pieces together, and it's like, what do you mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit out there. So that could be the wrapping up of that storyline. We still don't know what happened to Esme and Spencer because their bodies were never recovered.
Yeah, so that to me is pending / potentially closed. We might not ever get an answer to that. Because
I am certain they are going to come back.
See, because the thing is, only because Laura was having kind of her little panic-induced dream with both Cyrus and Esme. That's the only reason I could ever see Esme popping up again.
Yeah. But you don't think she's going to come back as his mother, even briefly, just to tie that up?
Well, possible. Well, I mean more Esme coming back to whatever. Spencer is more the question mark up in the air for me.
Right.
Because we know that the actor who was playing Spencer previously is not going to be returning anytime soon, if at all. So it's more like if they're going to bring Spencer, the character, back at all is also the question, or we're just going to keep him dead.
Right. And then, as you mentioned at the top of the podcast, Pikeman, that storyline got dropped. They were trying to get Sonny to whatever, but I guess maybe now they're just working with Sidwell, and that's what that is. But he needs to go. I'm so tired of this man.
It's not a drop storyline. It's just a storyline that's kind of been again put on pause just because Maxie's been gone. But everything involving deception. Because we have not had any deception-related stuff since Maxie dropped.
But for the fact that they sold him more of the company or gave him exclusive rights or whatever.
Shipping,
yeah.
But that's what it was like. Aside from that, which was pretty soon after Maxie dropped, it's like there's been nothing. So it's like that. Yeah. That kind of needs to come back. But yeah, so there was the deception thing. And I feel like there was one more thing that was just on the top of my head, but I forgot.
Well, that's all right.
No, it was Nicholas. Because I'm not anything specific, but it's more just how many years did Nicholas get in prison?
Doesn't matter. For me, that storyline wrapped up because he went to jail. So
yeah, no, it's just because if we bring back Spencer, are we going to bring back Nicholas? Because so it was just more of but
yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. So that's it from us, guys.
I'm so sick of this week. I'm ready to get on to next week.
This first week was just Let's hope next week is better. We got whatever's coming up. We got, Maxie's coming back on Thursday. I need this coming week to just move along. I need to move along to get Thursday so I can watch Maxie wake up because I have been missing our Maximista. I'm sick and tired of freaking Nathan and Lulu. And then I need
just imagine if there was actually something that happened this past week, how long we would have talked on this podcast.
I need Maxie. I don't know what their actual ship name is. I just came up with that. I don't know what their actual ship name is. I gotta look it up. No. I need to look it up because I don't know what their actual ship name is.
Let's just call them Maxie and Nathan, shall we? Cha. All right. Anyways, that is all we have for this week. So come back next week for a little more soap. And the way things are going, it's going to be very little soap.
And hopefully a hell of a lot more sass.
Which apparently is coming from Baby Sass.
Oh, yeah. My Capricorn's coming out.
All right. Have a great week, y'all.
Bye.